Yo, what up, guys? Diaflozo again in the building. Here we got the December 18th training session. Squats, 325 pounds, set of 5, 3 sets. Here I am getting ready. 325 is something that I never had on my back, so it can be a little bit intimidating after the 3 plates mark. After the 3 plate mark, things tend to get pretty heavy. And just looking back at my footage, I didn't really like the technique that I had. I don't know what was going on. Here I am on my 3rd rep. Here is the 4th continuous rep. And as you can see, that was the slowest squat I think I've ever had in my life. And because of that, today, or that training session, marked the first day where I failed on my squats. Not only did I fail on my squats, but that was Wednesday. The training session prior to that, which was Sunday, I failed on another lift. The lift that I failed on was overhead press. Here, as you can see, I have 145 pounds on the overhead press, and this was my 2nd set. Here, that's the 2nd rep. The 3rd rep is coming up. So 3 out of 5 reps done. Taking a pause at the top, getting my breath in. Here comes the 4th rep. And, well, I don't know what happened here. I think maybe I got too exhausted. Maybe I had a misgroove. Or maybe I'm just not strong enough. I only completed 4 reps. So I only got 4 reps on the squat on the 1st set, and on the overhead press, I got 4 reps on the 2nd set. Regardless, this is the first time when I have failed on the squats and on the overhead press, and they happen to be training sessions adjacent to one another. But luckily here I have the bench press with 185 pounds, a plate and a quarter on each side. You know, I had a comment recently on my recent video, on my last video, about the safety squat bars. And the reason why I tend to have the safety squat bars, for those who don't know, is because I do rack deadlifts instead of just regular conventional deadlifts. Tend to have pretty bad back pain, and I've had back pain what happened to me in 2017, and it happened to me prior this starting strength program, which made me take a 2-week hiatus, where if you look back at my videos, there was me being absent for a total of 2 weeks. And that was just from back pain. And I think it's just usually because I'm pretty fat and I have a big gut, so I can't be in the proper position. So a lot of starting strength coaches, what they recommend is, instead of just doing deadlifts, they'll recommend doing rack deadlifts at, a low pin level, below the knee. And that's what I've been basically doing. Here on my 3rd set on the bench press, benches are going fairly easy. Even though we failed on the squats and the overhead press, as you can see, the last rep on the last set that I have on the bench press was fairly quick. It was difficult, but not extremely difficult. I feel like I can do that any day of the week, and I'm fairly confident on that way. Here I decided to do a split screen on my Pendlay rows and my planks. I wanted to save a little bit of time, so I decided to show both of them on the screen since they're superset. And if this format is pretty, if it's looks better compared to the recent videos that I had before, where it was just one clip after the other, I might do something like this. But sometimes it kind of freezes on my computer and my editing software, so I'm not sure how it's going to look on screen. But Pendlay rows are looking fairly light as well. They're not on the same level as the difficulty as the squats or the overhead press. 145 pounds, I thought they were going to be a little bit more difficult, simply because people can row, or simply because people can bench press more than they can row. And 145 pounds is looking, pretty clean, pretty good. And then the planks, of course, for just core strength, stability, ab strength, psychological strength as well. If I train my core, that puts me in better position confidently. in a mental state when I'm doing deadlifts or squats. And here I'm doing curls with the ab rollout. I got 50 pounds on the bar for the curls for the girls for sets of 9. 3 sets total, and I've only recorded the first set. I don't really go too much into detail, but this is usually at the end of the workout when I'm just, working on those beach muscles, I guess you could say. But they aren't as, important, simply because they don't take a lot of fatigue or stress. They don't really impede the recovery. If I do curls like this, it's probably not going to interfere with the squats or the deadlifts. But guys, about me failing with the squat and the overhead press, I've developed a plan, and the plan that I wanted to talk to was that here on the Starting Strength website, it says that if I stall, then it says do the lift again, and I am going to do the overhead press lift after I'm finished editing this video. Squats I am not going to do again. I failed on the first set. Maybe it could be a mental thing, but I honestly don't think that I'm strong enough to do 325 again, and that the best protocol to do is to deload, which is a 10% deload, as it says highlighted from there. And it's 10%. I'm not 325 pounds. I did not complete that for 3 sets of 5. It's with the prior working sets that I've completed, which was 315, oddly enough. And a 10% deload from 315 would be 285 pounds, which I will be doing. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a visual diagram instead of me just rambling on a little bit. But here I have a training schedule. It's just, your basic calendar. Sundays starting of the day of the week, with Saturdays as the end day of the week. And I train on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Some people train Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some people train Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I train on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now here's squats as it says on the left-hand side. Now this might seem a little bit complicated, but again, this is just a plan that I'm doing to overcome. And I honestly know that if I follow this plan and this strategy, I think I'm going to be amazing. And why am I following this plan or strategy? Well, I'm going to link a card up here. And there are two starting strength coaches, Jordan Feigenbaum and Austin Baraki. And these guys are very reputable in this industry. They are amazingly strong. Jordan Feigenbaum, he has a 1795 total with reps, raw with reps, at 198, I think. I'm not sure about Austin Baraki, but he's a little bit lighter, and I think he has like a 600-pound squat, over 400-pound deadlift, and he has like a 705. He has like a 600-pound squat, over 400-pound bench press, not 400-pound deadlift, 400-pound bench press, and 705 deadlift. And this is according to his Instagram, so it's gym PRs, at a body weight of around 200 pounds. So these guys are fairly strong. They have that starting strength coach credentials. They coach very elite lifters, and on top of that, they are MDs. If you guys know who these guys are, you guys probably do know who these guys are if you follow the starting strength program, but these guys are pretty reputable. And again, on that card, they have a video of the tips that they would do to help a novice when they first start plateauing or stalling. And one of the things that they do is, if you look at the top, on the first Wednesday, that's when I failed the 3 sets of 5 for 325 pounds. I had failure. So their recommendation is to do 2 sets of 5, aka adding a very light squat day of 70% of the working sets that you will be doing on the day prior. So I'm still gonna be squatting heavy on Wednesdays and Sundays, but the middle day in between, which is Fridays, that's going to be a light squat day of 2 sets of 5 at 70%. And here's the diagram that I made. So on Sunday, today's Friday, so today is a very light squat day, my first light squat day. Sunday, I'll be doing 285. Wednesday, since I have a 2-day break, again, if you train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, You have a day break in between, except for when you train on Fridays and you have a weekend. So for Wednesdays, I'll be doing 290 pounds for 3 sets of 5 against easy work, and 70% of that is about 205 pounds, and I'll just be doing 2 sets of 5 as light day stuff. And then this should pretty much help me to blast through that plateau of 325 pounds. And I also do want to note that when I'm progressing with weight, it'll be with 5-pound increments compared to 10-pound increments as I did before. And if I am to plateau again, I'll just up these sets of 2 sets of 5 to 5 sets of 5 again on the light squat days, not on the 3 sets of 5 heavy squat days, just to get more volume in, because we know that volume is the primary factor for muscle growth. Here, I just wanted to illustrate the bench press, because again, those two guys, they recommended that instead of deloading, because remember, I did successfully complete the bench press. Instead of doing 3 sets of 5 and then going up 3 sets of 5, adding 2.5s on each side, 3 sets of 5, what they said, and they said that they'd rather do this sooner than later, is that if you complete 3 sets of 5, which I did on 185 pounds, I should then try to do 5 sets of 5 just to get more volume, because the upper body typically needs more volume and you don't really bench as much compared to squatting as much, because, well, you squat every single training session, but you bench about 1.5 times a week. So on this upcoming Sunday, I'll be keeping the bench press weight the same, 185, but I'll be doing 5 sets of 5, again, with their protocol, which they are very knowledgeable about this stuff. So, you know, I'm kind of just going under their wing about this. And then from Friday, 3 sets of 5, again, adding 2.5s, and then 5 sets of 5. So it's kind of like 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5, same weight, and then I go up in weight. Then 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5, go up in weight, 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5, going up in weight. And they recommended this not just for the bench press, but also for the overhead press, which is what I stalled it. So again, with the overhead press, remember, today's Friday, you'll be seeing this on Saturday. Today, I think I'm gonna go with the 145-pound overhead press again. Just gonna go do it, see how it goes. Maybe it was an off day, maybe it was a light day, but still, since I'm pretty, going up to my first plateau on the overhead press, I'll be doing 3 sets of 5, then 5 sets of 5, then going up in weight, 3 sets of 5 and 5 sets of 5. And that's essentially what's gonna be happening. Plateauing, honestly, and this is just something that I want to reflect back on. Plateauing, I thought it was going to be a terrible thing, and I thought me failing on the squats was going to be the end of the world. But when I just failed, I was like, meh. I didn't really get fazed by that, and I'm pretty confused why I wasn't. But I'm happy knowing the fact that as long as I have a detailed plan, adding more volume, working on my technique more, especially because working on the technique with a lighter weight is going to be much better, because I know that I can do those weights easily, especially when it comes to the light days, guys. So I'm pretty happy, even though I failed, because I know you give me a little bit of time, I'm going to push through even more. In order for you to go 2 steps, 3 steps forward, you have to take a step back, right? But make sure you don't look back too much, because if you tend to look back, then you're going to trip while you're going forward in the future. So this is my plan, guys. Hopefully I explained it well. Hopefully you guys caught on. But if not, if you guys have any questions about that, leave it in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking the video. I'll tune in to you guys next time. Peace. $300 last warm-up set. Let's go.